I'm Zoe Clark. I'm Senior Self-Management Programme Officer here at NASS. I'm also a healthcare professional and have AS myself. And tonight I'm joined by a familiar face. We're joined by Josh Poole, who's Senior Physiotherapist. Josh, hi, how are you?
Hi, not too bad, thank you. Great to be back.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. So for anyone who's not seen our post advertising the session this evening, Josh is leading a high intensity interval training session. And he's going to be demonstrating all the exercises standing while I demonstrate them sitting down. So I hope there's something there for everyone. So before we get started, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh?
Yeah, I'm a qualified physiotherapist. I've been working in an acute NHS trust now for the best part of 7 years. I got involved with NASS when I was actually a therapy assistant, and then qualified, and now help run the local branch with my colleagues. So yeah, no, I absolutely love it. It's one of the best parts of my clinical role, I'd say, definitely.
Oh, that's brilliant to hear, and we appreciate everything you and your colleagues do with the branch as well. For everyone watching, I will pop a link in the comments after the session to the YouTube page, the Colchester branch run, because you've got some fantastic videos on there, you know, right from kind of safety and warm up for exercising to a whole selection of different exercise videos. They're a really great resource that you can, anytime you're looking to have a workout, you can go and head there. There's something for everyone there. Brilliant. So I can see we've got quite a few people joining us, so do say hi if you're joining live. So this session, it is interactive. You're welcome to join in with us. But as always, the video will stay on our page afterwards. So if you're unsure if it's suitable for you, you can always sit back and relax and then come back afterwards once you've checked with your healthcare professional to make sure it's suitable for you. So what we'll do is I'll hand over to Josh for the session, and then we should have a few minutes at the end for any burning questions about HIIT exercise. So do feel free to pop any questions in the comments, and we'll come back after the session.
Amazing, thank you. We love our IT, don't we, when it doesn't work properly during these sort of times. So yeah, nice to be back. I took some feedback from the last session that I did, so I wanted to make this, you know, there's some more seated variations of the exercises alongside some standing. So please get involved if you feel comfortable to. You can use weights, little small handhold weights if you want to, bottles of water or cans, you know, whatever's comfortable. It's always good to add a little bit of resistance to the exercise to make it slightly difficult, as that's where we get those strength benefits. However, again, the choice is up to you. Please just sit back and watch if you want to, and then give it a go in your own time at a later date. So just a little bit of advice, you know, pre-exercise, please make sure you only engage in the activities or exercise that you feel comfortable with. You know, you could try a couple of them and sit out just to see what they're like, see how that makes you feel over the coming days. By taking part, you are deeming yourself fit to exercise, you know, just to make sure that you are taking ownership over that. Please make sure you're wearing suitable clothing, you know, to complete exercise and activities, nothing that's ever going to get caught or, you know, might cause you to trip, anything like that. Making sure you are hydrated throughout. Now, this is really, really important. Make sure you've got a bottle of water, as Zoe is going to beautifully demonstrate now. Thank you very much. As it's important to stay hydrated in all things that we do. Okay, so we're going to start with a 5-minute seated warm-up. I will be pushing my chair a little bit further back soon so you can see what I'm doing. Zoe is also going to help demonstrate this for me and be my wonderful assistant today. We're then going to do a 15-minute HIIT session. Now, when we say high intensity interval training, please do not be scared by that terminology. It's a very loosely fitted HIIT session, but it's designed in the way to get your heart rate up, to improve range of movement and work on your strength. So there'll be 5 exercises in total. There'll be 40 seconds of exercise with 20 seconds rest break in between. Okay. Then once we've done that, to finish, we'll do a continuous 5-minute dynamic stretching session just to hopefully cool us all down. Okay. This is just a snippet of what an exercise program would look like. So if you are conducting HIIT-based sessions or sessions of this intensity, you know, it's good. That gives you a continuous exercise physiological benefit afterwards for a period of time. So I wouldn't recommend always cooling down straight away, but maybe adding another set of these exercises on top before doing so. So again, it's just to give you an idea of the things that we can do in the safety and comfort of our own home, even at work, although I would advise you might look slightly strange in your office chair doing some of these exercises. So I will begin. I'm going to set my watch to make sure my timer is in sync, and I'll try to go by as best as possible with times. I'm going to run through the session straight away through. So we'll do the warm up, we'll have about a minute's rest straight into the HIIT session, which is 15 minutes, have another minute's rest, and then go straight into the dynamic session. Then hopefully Zoe will bring us all together at the end and we'll have a bit of a conversation about it. All right, so I'm going to move my chair back. Zoe hopefully will give me a thumbs up if she can hear me and see me okay. So bear with me one moment. Now, Zoe, can you see me and hear me okay? Good, fantastic. So we are going to start with a seated 5-minute warm-up. So in the next few seconds, we're going to start marching in our chair and swing our arms. So we're doing like a bicep curl. So we're getting the upper body working and the lower body, okay? Hopefully targeting all areas, sitting up nice and tall as best as you can and as comfortable. Try and alternate arms and legs if you can. I do not have the coordination to do that, so give it a go, have fun with it. Now it's already 40 seconds of this little bit of a warm-up. What we're going to do, we're going to keep our legs moving. You don't have to have such a high, vigorous march if not comfortable, but we're going to then punch our arms forwards, okay? If your legs begin to tire, what you can do is tap them forwards instead, maybe alternating arms, okay? This way, we're getting a little bit of rotation in as well at the same time. So mix it up, but I want those arms moving and I want those feet moving at the same time. So whatever you feel is comfortable. If your arms do feel tired at any point in time, no problem, just rest them by your sides. Keep marching though, and do some gentle shoulder rolls. Again, keep it comfortable at the moment. Right, nearly there. Keep going, keeping those legs marching, do some gentle toe taps. 10 more seconds left of this one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to punch our arms up in the air, or what we say, climb the ladder. So 3, 2, 1, get those arms reaching up, nice and high. Again, if your arms are feeling tired after a few seconds, just rest them back down, keep those legs moving. Gentle shoulder rolls forwards and backwards. Hopefully this will gradually get our heart rate up, get the muscles nice and warm. This will then help reduce the risk of injury, but also set us up nicely for the actual workout. Right, rest the arms down for a minute. Now, gentle toe taps, so stepping 1 foot forwards and 1 foot back, and just encouraging some gentle shoulder rolls. Now, this takes a little bit of coordination, so we're going to get the mind working as well as the body. Now, sitting a little bit further forwards again, shoulders up and back. We want to do some gentle side bends, so tilting down to your right side, back to neutral, and then over to the left side. Okay, really important to get yourself back into that neutral position, nice and stable, then bending down one side and then the other. We're nearly there in the warm-up, don't you worry. Hopefully you're not too tired just yet. Zoe, can you hear me okay still? I'm trying to be as loud as possible. Right, now back to neutral, hands across your chest for me, please. Now what we want to do is just gently rotate to the right and then smoothly over to the left. Rotating your neck as well at the same time. Good. Last minute of the warm-up. Good, now back to neutral, get those feet marching again for me. Now we're just going to get the neck moving a little bit. So, looking up gently. And then your chin to your chest. Looking up. And chin to your chest. One more of these, looking up. And then chin to your chest. Good, back to neutral position. Looking over your left shoulder, and then over to your right. Over to your left, and over to your right. Brilliant. That's the warm-up done. So I'm going to move a little bit closer so we can all hear me. Now we're going to move on to the HIIT workout. Okay, so it's 15 minutes in total. It's going to be pretty much non-stop. Now, again, don't let that scare you. That's 40 seconds on of activity, then 20 seconds of active rest. So when I say active rest, between each of the exercises, keep your toes moving, keep your arms moving, do some grip-based exercises, just gently rotate your neck, whatever's comfortable. But I want to keep that blood flow going all the way through the workout, okay? So the first exercise, as Zoe's going to demonstrate in the chair for me, if you don't mind, is it's kind of like a mini little squat or pushing your weight through your arms through the chair. You're gently leaning forwards, pushing, and then going back down again. Brilliant, beautifully demonstrated. And for those who want to do it in standing, it's very similar. You can have the chair behind you. You're going to that squat position, flexing, and then you're standing tall and stretching up, okay? So that's exercise number one. I will be talking through these exercises as we go through, okay? The next exercise that Zoe's going to demonstrate is leaning 1 foot forwards, leaning your body weight forwards, and then reaching up with both arms. So 1 foot with that. There we go. And then you're alternating legs as you do it. So you continue to do that, okay? And what's good about that exercise, you're using every part of yourself to really extend your spine, lifting up, okay? In standing, very, very similar. You're going to step forwards and reach up. You can have your weights in your hand at this point in time, just to add a little bit of resistance, but that does tire the shoulders out. The next one, in seating, is arms out to the side, and you're coming across yourself and forwards, okay? Good. Cutting across your chest and stretching out, okay? In standing, very similar. Arms coming across, you're going to step one side and then the other, okay? We've only then got 2 more exercises left, which are alternating side steps with abduction. So in seating, you're going to step 1 foot out to the side, but both arms come up, step out to the other side. That's it. Oh, Zoe, you're a pro at this. Brilliant. You're helping me out massively. So for standing, stepping out to the side like so. So I'm trying to target the upper body and the upper part of the spine in these. And last but not least is a side step and reaching across your body. So in seated, you step gently to the side, you're reaching over one hand, coming back, reaching over from one side, then over to the other. Okay, so transferring your weight across, perfect, because what that's doing and what Zoe's demonstrating is a nice contralateral stretch there. Okay, so it's going to really open up that spine a bit more. Okay, again, really important you do it at your own pace. You do not have to match our pace at any point in time. Give it a try. If it's too much, sit down, rest. You know, you make it your own. Okay, the high intensity element is the fact that it's just a bit more of a continuous exercise program. Right, Zoe, I think there's enough waffle for me. Are you ready for us to get cracking? Okay, I'm going to talk all the way through it. My mouth is probably going to get very dry, but let's go. Okay, so we are going to start in the next 15 seconds. I will demonstrate the standing ones, and Zoe's going to be going through the seated ones. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm sitting down, I'm standing up and stretching tall, using the chair behind me as support, but knowing how far I can go down. Okay, and what Zoe's demonstrating brilliantly is going to work your triceps, it's going to work your glutes, and all the other muscles in your lower limbs. Okay, that initial sit to stand phase is really important for developing strength. Good. 20 seconds down, 20 to go for this one. Notice how I'm using every part of my body I can to stretch, to open up. If you feel confident to change your seated exercise to the standing ones, please feel free to do so. 10 seconds to go, and then that lovely 20 seconds of active rest. So 3, 2, 1, and rest there. So whether you want to rest in seated, or sitting, sorry, or standing, just gently just keeping everything really gently moving so that blood flow is continuous, all right? So the next exercise that we're going to be doing is leaning forwards and reaching up. So alternating legs, lean forwards, reach up. Nice, smooth, fluid movement. Going from that flex position then going up and extending nice and tall. "20 seconds down already. Nearly halfway through that first set. I've got a very squeaky floorboard here, so hopefully that's not being picked up by the microphone. Good. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Good. And active rest there. Gentle movements, nice and subtle. Okay. Next exercise for us, those in standing, is bring your arms across and opening up, alternating the hand that goes over the top. Okay. And in seated, so we'll demonstrate wonderfully by stepping each leg out. Brilliant. Right. And we're already into that time. So let's go. Again, it could be a nice, slow, comfortable movement. You're really opening up your chest, stretching that upper back. "20 seconds to go. Sorry, 10. Forgive my mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake those arms out a little bit. Do some shoulder rolls to loosen everything off. Keep moving. Slow, controlled deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in 5 seconds, we'll start the next one, which is again similar side stepping, but we're abducting this time. Okay. Working different set of muscles in this exercise. So off we go. Okay, nice fluid movement. Again, you can use weights in your hands, small hand dumbbells, tins, small water bottles, whatever's comfortable, just to make it a little bit more difficult. 20 seconds down, 20 to go. One more exercise after this, and that's the first set done, which I'm sure hopefully most of you will be pleased to hear. Right, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic, brilliant. Again, give those arms a little bit of a shake. Right, next exercise for us, those in standing, and so we'll demonstrate in sitting, is stepping to the side and reaching across. Notice how I'm leaning my weight on one side, I'm rotating this part of my body here and reaching up. So stretching across, open that body up, and off we go. If you need to stop in neutral first to steady yourself before you then go off, please do. Whatever's comfortable, or have a supportive surface in front of you. Again, if you had a weight in your hand, just sort of scooping that arm up, reaching up across your body. 15 seconds to go, and you'll be pleased to know it's the first set done, only 2 more to go. You'll feel great afterwards, that I promise. Now 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, rest there. So that's the first rest break done. Again, in those 20 seconds, I know it's short, please have a drink. Keep yourself hydrated. The first exercise for us in standing will be the sit to stand, and as though you demonstrate that little pushing off, lifting your bottom off the chair. So in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So you're sitting down, stand nice and tall. Okay, just so you can see for me from that side on angle. So you can adapt if you want to, if you're able to demonstrate how you can stretch your arms out as well if needs be. For those who maybe not have the strength at the moment, or it's been quite a long day, if you can't do that little push off, at least if you're sitting and stretching, you know, engaging that movement, that'd be really helpful, okay? 10 seconds to go. Again, normally have a chair behind you, but I'm just standing sideways just so you can see what's happening, and rest there. Okay, next one. One of my favourite, and the favourite lies tell my branch. So stepping forwards and the reaching up. It's just such a nice stretch. Zoe's demonstrating that active rest beautifully. Thank you very much. So in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stepping forwards and reaching up. Stepping forwards, reaching up. Again, those in seated, you're leaning that weight forwards and you're reaching up as high as you can go. Oh, look at that. Position change though, thank you. Notice how Zoe is extending her upper spine nicely because the upper arm, so the upper limbs are helping to support that movement. Great stuff. Good. 10 seconds to go of this exercise. We're getting a nice stretch through the hamstrings there as well, Zoe. Really moving the spine quite nicely. Good. And rest there. Well done. Well done. I'm whizzing through these now. Right. It's kind of auxiliary motion. It's the next one for us in standing. Step, step. I'm adding a little extra on in there now. So I'm trying to get the momentum up a little bit, okay? And for those in sitting, you're leaning across, yeah? Alternating legs. Good. Right. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. If you can see, I'm alternating which arm goes on the top as well, which side I go. "15 seconds to go." Again, if your arms get tired after a little while, it's no problem. Maybe just drop them down and then continue the sideways movement because you're still then engaging that lower limb, still getting that blood flow. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Stop there. Brilliant. Okay, next one. Again, very similar. Elbows tucked in. You got a 90-degree angle there nicely. Stepping to the side and lifting them up. Okay? And we'll start that in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Lifting up and down. The ability to lean sideways and put your weight through it also helps significantly with balance and coordination. Okay, so that will overlay into your day-to-day functional activities of daily living. All right. However, admittedly, I think over the next 2 days, you might be, if you are engaging this, be a little bit tired, which is fine. And I'll explain about that element of fatigue afterwards. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake those arms out a little bit. Okay, the last one of the second set. We are whizzing through this now. Okay, so it's the side step and then the reaching across. Okay, side step, reaching across. Okay, and we'll start that in 5 seconds. Please, again, drink. If you want to have a few more seconds of your rest period to drink, hydration is important to me. That's as good as the exercise itself. So keep that up. Right, and off we go. So side step, reaching across. Side step, reaching across. Good work. Good. I'm adding a little bit of a skip in now. If not, again, just leaning away one side, come back to neutral, leaning the other way. Play around with the movements, what you feel is comfortable. Only 10 seconds to go, and then we're into our final set. 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Good. Please grab a drink, and then we're going to go into our final set. So again, starting with that sit-stand exercise. Okay, keep it moving, keep it nice and limber. In 3, 2, 1. So you see I'm sitting down, I'm flexing, I'm extending all the way up. All right. And again, Zoe's demonstrating it really well, but if you have a chair with arms, this will really help with that tricep motion more so. Okay, so if you have got one with arms, it will certainly work slightly better, but Zoe's certainly adapting so well. Good, and demonstrating different ways of doing it by leaning your body weight forwards. That will bring you confidence as well. It'll work on those balance centers. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, again, now second exercise, which is my favorite. Stepping forwards, leaning up. Stepping forwards, leaning up. Good. Keep moving gently, whether you're rotating left and right, using that grip strength of yours, stepping on the spot. 3, 2, 1. Stepping forwards, leaning forwards, and reaching up. Okay. Good. Keep going. Again, this is a really nice one. Just to really open that spine. If you've been working hard all day, really nice way just to stretch everything out, using your whole body to lean forwards and reach up. All right, 10 seconds to go. In 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, again, keep moving, keep hydrated, keep yourself comfortable. The next one is the arms going across the body, adduction into abduction is what we call. Okay, but you're stepping sideways, leaning your body weight across. And 3, 2, 1, and off we go. I think my coordination has been a bit off on this one at times. Trying to get my foot placement and my arm placement right. So it's a challenge of the mind and the body. But this, you can feel this one certainly more on your arms, I think, definitely. So if you do need to rest partway through, no problem whatsoever. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Good. Yeah, that can be a bit heavy on the arm. So you can mix it up. You can keep your arms flexed like so, and you're just moving it from this angle. Again, you can adapt all of these exercises. Right. 10 seconds, and then it's the abduction exercise, stepping sideways or leaning your body weight sideways if you're on the chair. So 3, 2, 1, off we go. So you're stepping, reaching up. Good. Good. Really nice one to use weights with. It's really good to strengthen up the shoulder muscles here. Does help to offload quite a bit of tension through the neck too. So that's 20 seconds down, 20 seconds to go. We are nearly there. We've only got one more exercise to do, and then a bit more of a chilled out session in the chair. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. And then last but not least, stepping sideways and reaching across and alternating your body movements. Okay, and then that is the main part of the session done. Okay, so we're going to start that in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Stepping over, reaching across. Good. Try and get a bit more momentum. Let's finish on a high note. Getting that heart rate up. Getting those lasting benefits that HIIT workouts help support our body with. Got 20 seconds to go. Keep going, that final push. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. And rest there for a minute. We're going to have a good minute rest. Have a drink. Keep moving gently. Try not to sit too statically, okay? And then what we're going to do is a dynamic stretching session in seated. However, these exercises can be, again, adapted. And if needs be, I can forward on like the exercise list onto Zoe. Could she put it onto the YouTube channel or the other social media sites? Okay. So, right. So in seating, so this is going to be a continuous session, no rest, but I'm trying to hit different movements of the spine from the neck all the way to the lumbar part. Also using your hips and your legs as a center of control and supporting yourself, okay? So we're going to start from now. So just copy my movements. We're going to be moving our arms from the left, swaying over to the right. Now, for any of those who are familiar or have been in the hydrotherapy pool, we're just trying to gently mimic that seaweeding type motion, which is one, again, biasly speaking of our branch, they love once we finally get back into the pool within the next few weeks. Good, so you're leaning your weight across. I'm actually leaning my weight from one hip onto the other. Good stuff. Right. 10 more seconds to go of this one. We're moving left to right. Good. And rest there. The next one now, you're leaning your weight to one side. So we're doing that kind of reaching up motion. Coming back down nice and slowly, leaning our body weight and reaching up the other way. Okay? Again, do not overstretch. I never ever tell any of my patients to work into any point of pain just before that point of discomfort, so it's not causing you any difficulties. I've never been a believer of no pain, no gain. That should not be a saying at all. But we just work hard, that's all. So you're leaning your weight forwards from one side to the other. So these are kind of like Pilates type movements. It's drawing on as many aspects of the body as you possibly can. Good. A few more seconds left, and then we'll move on to the next one. Trying to keep those movements fluid, nice and smooth movements all the way throughout, and rest there. Now, sitting a little bit further forwards in your chair, you're running your hands down the front of your legs, and you're gently sinking your spine forwards to a comfortable point. You're feeling a nice, comfortable stretch. And then you're sliding yourself all the way back up, hands running all the way up and stretching and reaching as tall as you can, okay? Again, nice controlled movements coming down, hands running down your body, gently flexing that spine, and using your spine to gently pull yourself back up, looking all the way up, extending your neck and reaching up tall. Again, control those movements going down. That is the movement that people sometimes do neglect. They feel the exercise of that first movement and that's it. When actually it's that whole control all the way up and down. We'll do a couple more. So reaching all the way up. Pulling yourself nice and comfy, letting gravity assist with this flexed position, okay? Use gravity to your advantage. Last one, reaching all the way up, growing nice and tall, good stretch, open those fingers up, and then relax back down. Now, some gentle shoulder rolls. You can do some really slow marches, just lifting those feet up, alternating the legs, okay? Don't neglect those legs. We're doing a lot of upper limb work tonight. So now, similar to what we did in the warm-up, sit nice and far forward as you can, that's comfortable. We're going to do some gentle side bends. So we're going to go down to the right, slowly up to neutral, and then back down to the left. You want to try and keep your head up nice and tall. Imagine you've got a bit of string and someone's pulling you up nice and tall, so that you're really trying to bend your spine in what we call a laterally flexed position. That helps open up some of those joint spaces and then hopefully can alleviate a little bit of any nerve-root problems you might have. And if you've noticed, I'm also using my neck with these movements. The spine is one continuous column, okay? It moves all together. So I'm trying to negotiate all of those movements as one. Good, a couple more either side. And rest there. Now again, moving on to one of the seated exercise that we did, you bring your hands forwards, you're leaning, you're reaching up, and then you're coming back down. And then you're alternating the leg that you're leaning forwards on, you're reaching all the way up and looking up, and then gently coming back down. Thank you, Zoe, for changing your position. I'm just conscious I don't want to lose my audio. Good, nice movements. I like to use my thumbs to lead the way, just because that helps move the shoulder in a bit more of an anatomical position. but it's not your shoulders that are doing all the work. Your spine is doing it or leaning through as you're pushing through your feet to stabilize yourself and lifting yourself up nice and tall. Fantastic. Good. And rest there. And now finally, just an exercise personally that I give to my group quite a lot is neck retraction. So it's when you're tucking your chin in, basically seeing how many chins you can show us. Okay, keeping your head in a nice neutral position. No, only got the one. Only got the one. I'm on a sideways position. I know I'm a bit of a distance from the camera, sorry, but I'm sure Zoe will be able to show you as well. But you imagine you're sliding your neck backwards and relaxing. We're not pushing our head forwards. We're stretching, pulling backwards, holding, and then relax. Okay? See, then you're pulling back, and then relax. Okay? Pull back, hold, and relax. And that works the deep neck extensors there, which is a really important muscle group, because unfortunately a lot of patients with AS might tend to have that forward neck posture. That can contribute to jaw pain, headaches, things like that. So what we're trying to do is try and strengthen up those extensors in the neck, and that will help improve the posture to some ability, okay? That exercise is also brilliant to do whilst lying in your bed. Again, using gravity as an aid, pulling your neck back, so pushing it into the pillow, holding for a few seconds, and then relax. And gravity will naturally help to pull that neck joint back just that little bit further, all right? So there's a little bit of advice there just at the end there, but trying to target every area possible. Well, I'm tired. Zoe, I don't know how you're feeling.
Yeah, good but tired. Good tired.
I've never been one to multitask very well, so I do try my best.
No, I definitely got the easier job this evening. I didn't have to talk while doing it. So
Well, I say that you were doing very well for us. It was good we had that prep beforehand, so you could help demonstrate the exercise. So thank you very much. It's really, really helped, and I hope that's helped quite a few of our patients out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everyone do let us know if you joined in and how you feel afterwards. Yeah, certainly I needed that after sitting at my desk pretty much all day solidly today, not being a very good AS patient. Not
We are
practicing
all hypocrites in some way, shape or form.
Absolutely.
But what I'd like to express is that, you know, the exercise itself, you can make it as intense as you want, but 15 minutes of your day doing that will give you, you know, so many physiological benefits. Now, it's recommended that we should be doing 150 minutes of sort of mild to moderate activity per week. So, I mean, if you include this, it's part of it done really, isn't it, each day? You know, I wouldn't recommend doing something like this every day.
Mm-hmm.
Recent evidence around various arthritic conditions has said 2 to 3 times a week is more than enough to give you strength benefits and changes in your range of movement. So, you know, 2 to 3 times a week doing something simple like this would be very, very helpful, okay? Conversely, not binging activity, if that makes sense, you know, it's about doing it consistently. So like Zoe, I'm going to use you as an example, I'm sorry, and myself, I've been sat at a desk quite a lot today. Your spine should move every 20 to 30 minutes. You should roughly do about 200 to 250 steps per hour, roughly, or stand for at least 2 minutes. So, you know, if you are having a long day in the office, take some minutes back from those virtual meetings, 10 minutes, have a walk, go and get a drink. You know, hydration is important. It's really important to have some level of activity consistent throughout the day, okay? And then when it does come to the evening, you can certainly rest.
Absolutely, that's great advice. I always think it's good to have kind of a smaller glass so that you have to get up and refill it more regularly. I think temptation is to kind of stock yourself up for the day and then not move, but good to get moving, definitely.
Very good point.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. We've got some really great comments coming in as well, so I think everyone's really enjoyed it. For anyone who joined partway through, you can come back and watch the full video anytime, and we'll also pop it on our YouTube channel as well, so you can come back and try out anytime. And we'll link to the Colchester video, so you've got a whole library of videos that you can join in with there, so you won't get bored on your 2 to 3 sessions per week then. Brilliant. So I'm just checking if we've got any questions. Anne, you were saying it was great to see them seated as well as standing. So depending on how she's feeling, she can do it either way. So that's really good to hear.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. And Helen said she'll definitely revisit this. That's great. And thanks for the compliment on the coordination there, Helen. Did have a bit of practice beforehand, so that helped.
Mine was terrible though, so I do apologise.
Not at all. Shows we're all human.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I know we've got a bit of delay on the stream, so I'll just leave it an extra minute just in case anyone has any questions for Josh. But I'm sure you'd be happy if I pass any questions on if they come through on anyone catching up on the recording, and we can get back to you. Thanks so much. Was there anything else you wanted to share before we finish up?
Like I say, I'm always open to feedback. I thought I'd try and mix things up a little bit tonight, use some different movements, not necessarily specific isolated exercises, but I feel it's really important that the exercise overlay into your day-to-day life and function. So that's what I'm trying to incorporate in a lot of these workouts. Okay, so, you know, I'm more than welcome to support other branches. I have done before and done a few sessions with other branches across the country. But yeah, I'm here for any sort of advice or support through Zoe. So please, if you've got any questions or anything else later on, then, you know, I'm happy to answer them.
Thanks so much. And I'll pop my email address in the comments as well, so you can send any questions by email as well, or any feedback. I know certainly I could feel the difference towards the end there, because on the cool down, where in the beginning I'd got perfect amount of room between me and this, and the cool down I was like, oh, I can reach further now. That was really good. Definitely loosened up. Oh, we do have one question, technically not HIIT related, so feel free to not answer if it's not in your realm. But Louise has asked, why does my neck pop and crackle? I don't know if that's you're able to answer.
There could be many reasons though, Louise, to be honest. Some people say it's movement of fluid around the joint, or gas, or ligaments. You know, some people always automatically concern it with wear and tear or, you know, arthritic changes. It's not necessarily the case. A lot of people might go to private clinicians and pay lots of money for those sounds to happen. So you could be self-treating yourself. It's difficult to say, but at the end of the day, when you look at your body and every joint in there, including your neck, it's designed to move within some way, shape or form. Whatever your movement ranges are, promote that to the best of your ability, okay? It's whether that causes you pain or discomfort is when we'd say, you know, see your clinicians, speak to someone about that if you're unsure or concerned, okay? But if it's not necessarily causing you any discomfort, sometimes these sounds can be quite natural. But again, please, if you're ever unsure, go and speak to your general practitioner, go and speak to your physio, your osteopath, you know, whatever you feel can help give you those assurances. But to me, in some way, shape, or form, it's a good sense, because you're seeing what your movements are and what your capabilities are, and that's the best thing you can do.
That's brilliant, thank you. And she says thank you, that's great. Perfect. So I think we'll finish up there, because yeah, we're not getting more questions coming in, but yeah, I'll keep an eye on the comments over the next few days. So thank you to everyone who joined in. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and thank you, Josh. That was a really great workout. I'll definitely be revisiting that as well myself.
Lovely. Thank you very much for having me again.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'll just let everyone know our next session is going to be on Tuesday again next week at 6 p.m. And we've got a yoga session with Jeff Lindsay from Yoga for AS, and that's targeting pain in your sacroiliac joints, so your SI joints right at the base of your spine. So if you have any issues in that area, that should be a good session for that. So thanks again, Josh, and for everyone watching, and see you all next time.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.